And welcome back for another episode. So let's have a quick look at what's going on in our nation here. We did get a decent bit of income from our trade deals. Didn't quite get our treasury back to positive, but we have brokered two new trade deals, one with the Dutch and one with the Portuguese, which is going to help us a fair bit hopefully for the next year, and probably get us a bit of extra money, I hope. We are of course trying our best to actually fix our economy, and hopefully this year there's going to be a bit more action for us. Although who knows. Now, in terms of fleets, we haven't actually done much. We are bringing a lot of the survey fleets back to overhaul in various harbors, which is hopefully going to help us a little bit. We might actually send up one of these diplomatic stations that we have, either to Lisbon, or actually Lisbon is not a bad idea. So yeah, we'll probably send that to Lisbon, and we hopefully will get some of the ships built. Of course, we will also start building a bit more ships during this year. That was orders from the Sultan, so we will keep on expanding the fleet. Of course, our fleet is not a small one, to be fair. I think it's one of the bigger ones. You can probably check that from the weekly recap, which is going to be hopefully up tomorrow. We have not set up any new colonies quite yet, because we haven't really found particularly good places, but one thing that we could do is actually build up some orbital mining stations, which we can then take to various asteroids, because there are some, for example, here around Black Sea that would actually give a decent bit of minerals, and we can then have some ships bringing the minerals to Istanbul and so forth. We have set up all the admin commands and colonial administrators now, or planetary administrators now, so that should also boost our income a fair bit. We basically prioritize anything that increases our wealth, at least for the planetary admins. So that should provide some help there, and with the extra income we are almost at 100% in our economic production modifier. Not quite, but almost. But anyway, I think that's about it for this start of the episode, so I will bring you back in just a few moments. We have designed some vertical gun controls, which should help us firing upon coastal defenses. Unfortunately, our shipyards at Istanbul are currently a bit busy, so we can't start equipping any of our ships with them quite yet. Not in Black Sea, anyway. But I'm sure that once we can, we will start retooling some of our ships, and then we can start heading towards Rostov and destroy any coastal defenses there. At last, one of our ships has been completed in Istanbul. Matei, a third rate, has set sail, and we have now started building another third rate under the name of Tahoe, which should be completed sometime next year with current speeds. In addition, we have researched better optics and have now started researching better accuracy over range, followed by accuracy on moving targets. Jake B, a ship of the line second rate, has been completed in Istanbul. We have started building yet another one, and we shall soon start trading our fleets. France has implemented a blockade of the cities on the western shores of Italy. A war rages in Europe. The British and the French are at it again. The Brits are being supported by at least the Dutch and the Portuguese, while the French are aided by Spain. Naturally, this is a very big concern for us, and we are amassing our fleets in Alexandria, just to protect our own interests in the region. And there we have it, that's the year. So there was at least a little bit more action this year than the previous one. And I'm pretty sure that next year there's going to be even more with all the war going on. And we have been building some ships. Still not a huge amount, but some ships. And in terms of research, we're currently still working on the wealth generation, which is going to be done next year. Then we're getting the maintenance support facility, bigger caliber cannons, and higher accuracy, and then thicker armor, and then long-range bombardment weapon is still underway. It's going to take a long while to be completed, to be fair. We have not started researching better sailing technologies yet. It's going to take a while for us to actually reach that, because I don't know, we haven't researched the better gunpowder storage yet, but we'll get to that eventually. We do now have actually a researcher capable of doing that quite effectively, so we should probably start that next year as soon as we can. In terms of building, we are currently building a research facility in Jeddah, but that's going to take a long while. Other than that, it's pretty much the regular financial centers, construction factories, and mines and such. So nothing out of the ordinary really there. In terms of fleet movements, we have been moving in our fleets to Alexandria. They'll be undergoing an overhaul there, and they will start operations in Mediterranean to make sure that the war in the west doesn't interfere with our plans. In terms of surveying, we've done the majority of the survey in East Mediterranean, Middle East and Red Sea. We've done a decent bit of surveying in Russian rivers already. We have not started any colonies quite yet, but we do have 2 civilian mining colonies in Red Sea, which are technically costing us a little bit, but only 125 per year, so it's not particularly much. In terms of money, we did run a deficit of 15,000 this year. Of course, we do have some trade deals with the Dutch, the British, and the Portuguese and the Mughal, so that is going to more or less cover our deficit for the year. So we can start next year at positive income for at least a little while, which is going to be very useful for us. And of course, we have been increasing our financial centers and all that, so we do get a decent bit of taxation from them now. In terms of civilian shipping, we have 1 shipping line with 2 colony ships, another shipping line with a colony ship and 3 freighters. Altogether, that is 6 civilian ships that will be providing us with some extra taxes, and they are certainly being active for the time being. Our mineral situation is about as good as last year, a little bit better, but similar trend is going on. But that's about it for this episode, so make sure to check out Lambert's channel, links down below in the description, and we'll be seeing you in the next Ottoman episode. Until then, bye bye.